So today we are gonna derive the formula of Laplace transform of t raised to n. So let's start. So we want to find Laplace transform of t raised to n. So to get the value of Laplace of t raised to n, I am gonna use the definition of Laplace transform. Now the question is, what is definition of Laplace transform? So let's see the definition. So here I'll say, by the definition of Laplace transform, we have Laplace of function of t is equal to integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into function of t with respect to t. Now we'll use this definition. So therefore the Laplace of t raised to n equal to, so if I'll compare this function t raised to n with the definition, then I can say that this f of t is t raised to n. So therefore by definition we'll get 0 to infinity e raised to minus st, and this function of t is t raised to n, so on right hand side we'll get t raised to n dt. Now how to evaluate this integration? Now to evaluate this integration, I am gonna use the gamma function definition. Now what is the definition of gamma function? So let's see here. So the gamma function is given by the definition gamma n equal to integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus x, x raised to n minus 1 dx. So to use this definition, I need to convert this given term in this format. So let's see the first term. So here in the numerator, or not numerator, here I'll say in the exponent, I want e raised to minus x, whereas here I have st. So what we'll do is we'll start with the substitution. So here I'll say put st equal to x. So by differentiating, we'll get s dt as equal to dx. It means I can say that dt is equal to dx upon s. Here also we'll say that t is equal to x upon s. Now let's see how these limits change. So we have limits for t from 0 to infinity, and we are substituting this as x, that is function of x. So when t is equal to 0, this s into 0 is 0, that means x will be 0. And when t is infinity, here we'll get infinity into s, that is infinity, that means x is also infinity. Limits remains unchanged. So let's substitute all these values in the integration. So here we'll get, therefore Laplace of t raised to n equal to integration 0 to infinity, this will become e raised to minus st is x, so minus x, t raised to n, t is x upon s raised to n dt. Now here we'll get, okay, dt also dx upon s. So I'll say this dt as dx upon s. Now here we'll get integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus x as it is. Here we'll get x raised to n upon s raised to n dx upon s. Now if we'll multiply these two terms, then we'll get s raised to n into s raised to 1, that is s raised to n plus 1. And since we are integrating with respect to x, then s is constant, so I can take this s outside. So we'll get 1 upon s raised to n plus 1 outside. In integration we'll get 0 to infinity e raised to minus x, x raised to n dx. Now let's compare this integration with the definition of gamma function. So gamma function says that when we have power n minus 1, we get n in the gamma. So now the power is n. So it means in gamma we are gonna get n plus 1, because always the value n is 1 greater than the power of x. So in gamma we will get n plus 1 since the power of x is n, and this outside the bracket we have 1 upon s raised to n plus 1 which will go in the denominator, and here we got the Laplace of t raised to n as gamma n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1. Now we have this one formula. Now still we have one more property. Now what is the property? We have one property as gamma of n plus 1 is always equal to n factorial. So it means if I want the formula of t raised to n in terms of factorial, then I can say that Laplace of t raised to n is n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1. So both formulas are applicable to find out the value of Laplace of t raised to n, but generally we use the second formula, that is the formula of n factorial, when this power n is an integer, because to get the factorial of integer is very easy, that is to get the factorial of 5, factorial of 4 and so on, and we use this function or this formula when this power n of t is the fraction, because using gamma function you can evaluate the fraction by using one property, that is gamma n is equal to n minus 1 gamma n minus 1. So we will see certain numericals afterwards where we will be using these two formulas to find the value of function of t or to find out the Laplace of function of t. So these are the two formulas of Laplace of t raised to n which we got from the definition of Laplace transform. Thank you.